what you'd never be. One with weaker sense. Still, the body knowing what's important here to stand. The body knowing what is me. Rips out memories here, knowing I'm alone this time, knowing I am drawing circles in the sands of time, and you include me, believe me.
Right then. That is Gyardma, way back in probably 2002 or 3, and that was Sean Bryce singing in the background. The song is called "I Found You." Kind of a funny story how that happened, but it's not that funny that I should re-review it. I mean, I've gone over it in the past. Sean Bryce is like one of the best singers I've ever met. And he's also like a really funny dude. So, smart guy. Anyways, helped me out one time, dude. We had a battle of the bands downtown, and my guitar, I was a guitar and singer for Zygo, and was it Zygo? No, 6 Feet Under. And we had a battle of the bands, and after like the first song, I realized my guitar, I had like a lock and tremolo. The intonation was out, just gone. I don't know what happened. Something in the transport, it just knocked it out. We just practiced a little earlier, and I tuned, and it just wouldn't go in, and it felt embarrassing and shit. So it's a Gibson, and I take it off, and I just fucking throw the fucking thing. And so the bass player and the drummer, we got like 4 or 5 songs left to go. So I just lost my shit and just raged on the fucking microphone. I'm just screaming at the top of my fucking lungs. Not singing the songs at all. I've lost my shit. And I just had my eyes closed. To me, it's embarrassing as fuck. My guitar does not fucking work. The music's half there. They're still jamming, like how the songs go. And I'm just screaming. And I finally open my eyes and look up, and like the entire balcony is just fucking, they're just like, they might have been like, this dude's about to lose his fucking shit. What the fuck's gonna happen? But people were just gathered around and shit, and we got done. People were coming up, and even though we got done, people were cheering and stuff like that. And I was just pissed off. I was like, if you like that, please come see us when my guitar's fucking working. I'm just pissed. Still pissed. Still pissed at the fucking guitar. If you like that, please come see us when the guitar's fucking working. Thank you. Have a good night. I just walk out. I'm just pissed. I'm sitting on the side of the road, out front. And people walking by, great gig, man. It was a great gig. And I was like, it fucking sucked. Fucking sucked. What are you fucking talking about? It fucking sucked. And then like the 4th or 5th person walked by, and this was a friend of mine, and she walked by and she's like, that was, it was a really good show. And I was like, dude, my guitar's out of tune, and it just and then all just across the street out of nowhere, man, fuck you, Battle. I'm like, what the fuck? I look over, and he's like sitting on the road over there, and like he stands up and starts walking, like, fuck you. I'm like, what? Fuck you, dude. I've been watching all these people go by and tell you how fucking good the fucking show was, and all you can do is bitch. Fuck you. They had a good time. It's not even about you, asshole. I'm just like, oh, fuck, yeah. If they had a good time, it doesn't fucking matter, does it? My job is to entertain, not to be entertained. Fuck! God damn it. All right, man. All right. I was like 17 or so. So that was a good check. I needed that. I appreciate that. I need that kind of feedback. I wish this light would do. And maybe there's a low light model version where it would do like. Hang on. No, that one does, but this one right here. Cause like this is the DJ Funky stuff lighting. That's the way I want it to be. Like it's all dark and just kind of fading in and out and stuff. So I'll probably use this for DJ Funky stuff, but I'll probably just use this for regular. And since I'm going to be using that for regular, and we're just talking stoner movies and stuff, we'll just go to this right there. Calm things down a little bit. Bring a little bit more light in here because it is low light, but it does better with. Fuck it. There we go. Maybe I should move the monitor over here. So I can, that's what's throwing me the fuck off, is having to look over there to see things. Okay, so there I am on the screen now. The Stoner movie. And before we go further, we should kind of define what we're talking about as far as a stoner flick, stoner comedy. We're not talking about like the psychedelic ones like Mind's Eye, Through the Mind's Eye, or cerebral ones that are meant to make you like think really deeply, for like for tripping or whatever. This is strictly just like stoner comedies. And in order to discuss them very well, we should cover the ones that most people know. Oh, we'll cover some other stuff, but for right now, let's just cover like stoner comedies. Now, there's a couple kinds of stoner comedies. The ones that you're supposed to just get baked and laugh at, you know. They're non-thinker movies. You know what I mean? The less you think about it, the more. I mean, if you think about it at all, it kind of falls apart. Like Monty Python, you know. If you think about it at all, it falls apart. But if you just let it be, then it's fucking hilarious. The Dead Parrot, Richard. Come on. The Return of Dead Parrot. Think about it at all is just, but then the fact that they actually have the conversation about it is fucking great. And one thing I noticed about those is that there tends to be. I mean, I don't know if anybody's familiar with The Breaks. Is an older flick that what the fuck? It wasn't bad, that's for sure. But I mean, I liked it better younger. When I was younger, which was 25. It's like that when I first saw it. And I saw it recently. It still had its funny parts, but it wasn't as funny. And that, I mean, that's another thing that goes into the stoner comedy is like your perspective going into it. The main ones I'm going to discuss are the ones like I grew up on in my teens watching, really, really stoned with my best friend Opie, and we watch these pretty much like every day. So The Breaks is a good one, but a lot of people probably don't recognize that one. So moving on, I got to talk about kind of the grandfather mall. Up in Smoke. Sure, you got your nice dreams. You got your nice dreams. You got your next movie. You got your Corsican brothers, and for the diehards that are stuck in there. Well, there's a bunch in there, but we're talking Up in Smoke because that's where my money goes. So you gotta say this. It's the one that put him on the map there, probably. You start running into some really weird questions, man, with Cheech and Chong. Not just of the time, but of reality. What's too far? You know what I mean? What is too far? Like Chong, Cheech and Chong had a sketch where they're recording a guy and he's a blues guy in the recording studio. And the guy's name is Blind Melon Chitlin. And it's Chong. He actually, when I think when they first used to do it, he would do it in blackface. And the joke, there's no joke on the, whatever. It's mainly that the guy's blind and whatever. It's not like really a joke at anybody's expense. Now, is that racist? It can easily be construed as that. Doesn't matter that Tommy Chong is Canadian, and the reason he has last name Chong, and was married to a black woman and he has biracial kids. Adopted, you remember Matrix 1? Believe it or not, you piece of shit, you're still gonna burn. And then he died, Tank and Dozer. Yeah. The smaller one. The one that shot the laser. Tommy Chong's adopted kid. His last name is something Chong. And he had some kind of issue between the first one and the second one. And it might have been like a money issue. He wanted more money or something like that because it was a bigger part, whatever. And they just had him killed off and brought in new guy. We can still fly the ship without you, man. Dude, you don't talk shit. We can rewrite your part easy. Just add that into the video game. It's like a 1.5. It makes us like, where does he go? Gotta play the video game now to find out where he went. You know what I mean? It just deepens the story. So thank you for that. We weren't gonna kill him off, but now that we have to answer why he's dead. Why between 1 and 2? Where'd he go? Well, what's her name? Z had 2 brothers die on the Nebuchadnezzar. And her new boyfriend is, her current boyfriend is is the current operator. She's worried about losing. It becomes deeper, it becomes a deeper story. So thank you for, whatever. But again, back to Chong. Is it racist? Again, I mean, it could be. He went in blackface. He played a guy named Blind Melon Chitlin. But around that, I mean, I don't know if the Chitlin circuit was still going in the 70s. But there was a Chitlin circuit in the South where during like the Ray Charles and stuff. Ray Charles, who, died not too long ago. I mean, comparatively. For it to be like he was banned from being in Georgia on some racial politics shit. Now as long as the state, you know what I mean? And he lived long enough to see that rectified. That's cool. But he took a stand on racism. Refused to play for segregated crowds. And they wouldn't let him go on, so he just got back on the bus and wouldn't do it. In fact, he wouldn't go on the Chitlin circuit anymore. He was tired of, being in this racist shit. So, and I think after a while, you kind of, you get out of that. Racism is a way to keep all people involved in it down. Because the people at the bottom are kept down. And trust me, if it was black people that were doing better off, they would tell black people, well, at least you're not one of those poor white fuckers. You know what I mean? But there's such a difference just by look. You know what I mean? It's just quick. You know what I mean? You can easily just look at the color of this. It's not the same. It's the same. It's just one's a bit more tan. You know what I mean? We have different kind of haircuts. It's the same. Exact same. I get between a Doberman and a Bulldog and a Terrier and a Schnauzer, but they're the same. They can mate, and they will produce viable offspring that can mate also. Mutts, we're called. Non-thoroughbreds. It's fine. whatever. But the problem is that people that are mutts tend to not look too much one way or the other. So we tend to slide a little bit unnoticed. The number of times I've heard people that I've heard say, I'm not a racist. And then when they think they're alone, just casually throw in a nigger as if it's nothing. And then after a while, kind of like, nothing against you. Because they finally realize, oh yeah, fuck it, because they've been talking to a bunch of white people. And here I am with them talking like, yeah, you know, some niggers and shit like that. Nothing on you. None taken. Yeah, we can't hang out no more. That's cool. I get to know who you really, really fucking are, no matter what you say. I know who you really are. So say whichever you will. I know the truth. I was there. So yeah. The stoner comedies as defined by myself are ones that are, you know, not really all that in-depth plot, often revolving around acquiring, selling, getting rid of, doing copious amounts of drugs for whatever reason. They have to do usually kind of a mundane A to B task, but god damn it, that wacky tobacco just makes things go kind of wacky. Things go off tracky. Things can get a bit hacky from time to time because the jokes are just kind of, you know. I'm sorry, what? After like a long speech, you know, the person's sitting there listening, going, you know what I mean? No. I lost you at the first, like when you used to call it, said my name. I've just been hitting daydreaming. I don't know what you're saying. Especially they got the eloquent music in the background. This person delivering the speech, and you're just kind of like, and they cut to back to the person, and their eyes are just red. Like, no, I have no idea. I have no fucking clue. I heard words. But the rest of it was just coming too fast, man. Sorry, man. You lost me after the. The thing is, you lost me after the. Sorry, man. Good shit. We can go get, like, basically they sum it up, but we can go get something to eat if you want to, you know? That'd be cool. Yeah, let's do that. So, the buddy comedy. You gotta love the buddy comedy. Buddy stoner comedy. This is about comedy as to whether it's funny or not. That's for future generations to decide. I don't give a fuck. It's about comedy, but you gotta list it somewhere. And I listen to comedy. I might listen to my other stuff, like some of my political rants. I scream and yell a lot, but it's meant to be fucking funny. There's one with us talking about Donald Trump's hair and Donald Trump in general. And I mean, I do it seriously because I really despise the man. But going back and watching it, not as serious. If you watch it as serious political commentary, it's kind of like ridiculous. But if you watch it as a comedy, it's fucking hilarious. The fuck is this? Look at this shit. What is this? I was genuinely pissed, but I mean, it's just, I don't know. There were some things that I threw in there that were improvised. That were, I thought they're pretty good. I thought they're pretty good. But the buddy stoner movie. You got one person who has somewhat of a level head. You have another one who's pretty far gone, the stoner. Chong, Smokey. Um, in the breaks, it was the main character, and the other guy had his head on. Um, and then in Pineapple Express, and so on and so on. And then, quite often, unbeknownst to a lot of people, because they don't think about it, there's a third character that's very, very crucial to the whole fucking thing that no one ever thinks about. That goddamn car, isn't it? Yeah. Without that goddamn car, it's just not quite as good of a movie, is it? No. Usually a fucking jalopy, a hoopty, clunker, a junker, midnight skunker. You know what I mean? Is the way we would describe it in the '90s, but it might have just been me doing that. I don't know. So, cash for clunkers. No, I guess I wasn't the only one. So, anyways, fuck 'em old. 48. Yeah, when your bones start cracking from just sitting still, that's kind of like a sign. Um, I mean, again, if you think about it, they introduce you to the car right away, and I mean, well, it starts out, "Hey, Daisy Doo, would you like to hear a little tune?" That's literally the start of Up in Smoke. He wakes up to the cartoons playing in the background and sticks his foot in a bowl of cereal and goes and pisses in the clothes hamper. Oh shit. So good. Um, that's how he starts his day. And then Chong starts his day by being called the Antichrist by his fucking dad. Man, the stoop! Like Mexicans! Start picking the strawberries if you work your way up to those goddamn bananas you're always eating. I swear that was the Antichrist. I'm telling you, we watch that shit every day. Now, on a separate note, you have the stoner. You need to be a little bit further along to appreciate it, like Willy Wonka. When you're a kid, you watch that shit, and it's just kind of a trippy fucking thing. But then you get older, and you watch it, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, all right. Okay, yeah. If you haven't watched it as a stoned adult, I challenge you to go watch it and see if you go, oh shit. If you we're gonna probably gonna talk about it, I'll tell you to go ahead and just pause and get the hell out of here if you haven't seen it, because I want to do some in depth on it. You can come back and watch it after you've watched the fucking thing, unless you can remember it well enough and just like fuck yeah, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, and the stoner comedy like Cheech and Chong, the main thing. Hey, let's go get high. The song even ends it at the Up in Smoke. That's where my money goes. And sometimes up my nose. Hopefully that worked out the way I hoped it looked. But I don't know. I used to could do it. I haven't done it in a while. So, but yeah. So the Love Machine. Cheech's fucking fuzzy dice goddamn car, man. How we introduced to it. He's polishing this turd. Like it's like the crown jewels and shit. He is just like, yeah, that rust is looking about right. Just as a mirror that's gonna fall off. I meant for that to happen. Just put that in my pocket. Rolls at the back window. Love Machine. Yeah. Immediately drives off in search of weed by crossing the street. He turns and pulls in. Yeah, you got any weed? No. Okay. That's, all right. And then Chong drives off. It's still the same fucking day. Go back and watch it. It's still the fucking same day. I get they edited for time, but it even makes even if they did, it's the continuity is incredible. Just watch it and just, don't piece things together. What happened? Just watch what's happening. He leaves during the daytime in the Volkswagen Bug that has the Rolls Royce grill. Cheech is looking for weed. He drives out of his neighborhood. Chong is in a ditch. It's no daytime. Chong is in a ditch, climbing out of the ditch. When he climbs out of the ditch, he's standing there. And Cheech is trying to pick up some underage chicks by going, "You girls need a ride." And they're like, "No." And he's like, "You sure?" And they're like, "Yeah." "I'm going that way." "No." "I'm going that way." "Whatever direction you're going, I'm already going that way, man." "You sure you don't need a ride?" "All right, later for you, jailbaits." And Chong is now dressed like a woman. And not showing his face. And so, Cheech is like, "Oh, yeah." And pulls over to pick him up. "Hey, you're not a chick." "Thanks for stopping, man." "What does he say?" "I slept in a ditch last night. Nearly froze my balls off." It's the same fucking day. He just climbed out of. Is he tripping? Did the days jump? Next beautiful thing that happens. He goes. He's like, "All right, man. Thanks for the ride. I gotta go get something in my car." And he's like, "All right, well, hurry up." He goes and gets one drum. The car is full. Don't piece it together. Don't piece it together. Watch him run back. He grabs one drum and comes back. The entire back of the car is full. Hang on, man. I gotta get something real quick. If you can move the rest of the drums, why did you have to get that thing and drag it up here? So the police hit the back of the car and they just and take off. Or the car gets, I think the police car gets hit and they just take off. Well, then it proceeds to smoke. Quite possibly up to that time, the fattest joint probably man has ever seen. Then someone said, "Oh yeah, yeah, we could probably do better than that." I guarantee it was immediately a challenge. Challenge accepted, my friend. Yeah, I smoked Acapulco Gold. I shot that shit that was tied to a stick. You know what I mean? Tie stick? Yeah, man, that stuff that's tied to a stick. And I could probably smoke this whole thing, man. I think we're parked. It just jumps around. It's just such a great movie from start to end. I thought the movie starts. Incredible. Bravo and cheers all around. Next we have. I don't want to go too deep in there. Next we have Buddy Stoner Friday. Old school Friday, original. Smokey. They still followed the rules. See? After that, they didn't follow the rules. They tried to. They kind of did with Day Day. He had a car, but it was a nice car until they fucked it up. Had they brought the fucked up car to number three, I can almost guarantee you it would have worked. By now it's all fucked up. You know what I mean? Now it's really fucked up, but it's still his treasure. You know, in his mind, it's still that original one that they had from the lottery. You know what I mean? It's still it's and he's got like a custom My Baby. You know what I mean? On the you know what I mean? That kind of shit. So it's got now it's got a name and now it's part of the smoking when he's trying to get the car to stop. God damn! It wouldn't stop. That's part of the humor. He can't get it to stop. It's backfiring even though he's pulled the keys out. He won't stop moving forward. He finally gets to the stop. Shuts the door. This fucking hunk of shit. He's got an alarm. Bitch, you get more in insurance if somebody stole the fucking thing. Why would you put an alarm on there? I did everything I could to get That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about because it's always a shitty car, but it's their car. You know what I mean? That's what it. Dude, where's my car? Two buddies. They can't find the car. That was the whole mission, not to get drugs. They already did all the drugs. Now they're trying to figure out what the fuck happened to their car. Turns out, you can't make this shit up. Got a motherfucking hole in one last night. I was so fucking high. I don't even remember it. And these aliens showed up. Two sets of aliens, actually. So yeah, you see, there's always two buddies. And that one, I don't think there was one that had their head on, which kind of, I mean, that works. But you should have like a straight man to play off of, you know. Two Fall Guys is it works. I mean, it works with Dudes Where's My Car. I mean, that was a funny movie. Did it super hold up? No, I mean, it could have been done a little bit better. You know what I mean? If it had a little bit more work done to it, it probably could have been like one of those ones that like, fuck yeah, dude, where's my car? People would still be doing that right now, especially whenever you can't find it. Where's your car, dude? Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude? Dude, where's my car? Oh, there it is, right there. Where's my car, dude? Right there. Oh, okay, yeah, there's my car. I never lost it when it came out. I just wanted to say it. I know, it's just fun. Yeah. There's just some quotes from those stoner movies that are just great to break out at any point in time in life. To be in the middle of a diner with your best friend having coffee, and you look up and he's just grinning at you, and you're like, and he's like, "We're not gonna have a family brawl." At the top of his goddamn lungs in the middle of the fucking cafe. We just go like, I'm just like, my man. My man. Loving it, dude. As I said, I'm alive and so are you. Oh my God. So let's talk about Wonka. You can pause and get out of here. Maybe whatever. Wonka warning. So pretty much every day I was over at Opie's house, or he's over at my place, Because my place had the band room. So we were probably either practicing or we were over at his place smoking pot and shit. Because, whatever. Um, Sitting there trying to figure out what the fuck to do. And so we just started watching, some movies that he had on tape. And, you want to watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, just watch that shit, dude. Let's watch that shit. And we're watching it, and there's some really great songs in there, and we're just dying laughing. We're having a great time. We're just little kids watching this fucking crazy ass shit. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is a hurricane a blowing? It's all improvised. Long live Gene Wilder, man. Forever. May the Lord bless the day that that man was born. Because that dude's fucking hilarious. What? I mean, well, I guess he still is. He's just cracking God up. Dude, just hilarious. Him and Richard Pryor together. That was a great, it's just a great duo. It always was. And then see no evil, hear no evil. Prove they still had it. But Wonka, there's so much shit in there. It's so like layered. There's so much shit in there. And I get that it's not like the book, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I think from what I understand, Johnny Depp's version, the one that did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, is more like more true to the book, I guess you'd say. Um, I don't know. Is it true? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. But I mean, I could see how some of those things were not capable to be done in the 70s. Now, did the people get what was going on, what they were making when they were doing it? Or they just having fun? Was there a grand scheme? Like, yeah, I know, fuck that. We're gonna make our own thing. And the people that write their books, and then get upset at the movie adaptation are either ridiculous or in on it, and are like, no, 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 that's not my book. You fucked it up, and they walk out pissed off. But they're not really, because that way people go, that was a good movie, and they're pissed off. What's the book like? You see what I'm saying? You read it, and there is some differences, and like, yeah, I do wish they would have done that in the movie, but at the same time, the movie, I mean, there's good things about both versions. You know what I mean? The movie version seemed more developed, but this one had a more interesting story. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. And then, like, along the way, they made these different character choices for the main character and his wife. Why? So you come back and read the book and you don't have the exact thing. That's all. That's all. Someone was like, oh, it's not like that. No, it's not. It's not supposed to be that way. It's supposed to be a companion. Like an alternative universe of the same story. And drifting from, whatever, it made me kind of laugh to think about the fact that George R. R. Martin had long been saying that he didn't really like what Games of Thrones was doing with his books. I believe he even stopped writing some of them till they finished, so that way they had no material of his to use, so they'd have to kind of write their own stuff. And so they did, and they finished out the story. And people like me, I've got all my books in my head written. I just haven't actually committed it to paper. I can go ahead and commit it to paper. That's no problem. I can do that really fast, actually, because it's all sketched out. I've got the outlines and stuff already done. I would just have to sit down, focus, and just do the work. Like I said, one's got 128,000 of 180,000 words. Another one's got 45 of 90,000. The other one has 15 of 45,000. It's just going to be a small book, short book, just to tie everything up together and kind of explain a little bit more. Those are the core Unia tales. But then I've got a bunch of other stories, and I've got them all up here. And if I didn't like what the what the direction there, the whatever TV show, whatever was taking my story, rather than be that way like that, I'd probably be like, it's an interesting twist to what I mean. It's a different take on what I did. I mean, I don't dislike it, but it's definitely different, which is cool because I mean, it gives people that want to check out the book a reason to check out the book. I just be honest, it does because that's not what I wrote, but it's awesome. It's really good. I'm not trying to knock on their shit. I like some of the changes and the license they took with a lot of stuff. I mean, there's whole new characters in there. They just combine a couple characters together so they don't have to do like 4 or 5 characters. There's just one character that does those. That's pretty cool. Condenses those characters. That's cool. But because of mine, they meet them in 3 different locations. Is why there was 3 different people. You didn't have that much time to tell that. I get it. And it's pretty cool how they used the name of each one. I mean, that would do that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, so you get like a little bit of backstory and like, well, let me check out this fucking book. How fucking deep is this fucking book? If that's like the synopsis, I mean, of the movies, like the movie's a condensed version of it, but I mean, it's just good. It's good. It tells the basic story. They did change the ending a little bit, but that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. It gives people a reason to go see. I'm not upset by it at all. Well written, well directed. I mean, yeah, kudos all around, guys. Isn't that better? Cause especially if you had any help in like any hand in producing it, coming out violently against it, kind of sets up parties that are like, oh, it's the book better, which also drives more. But competition drives healthy. Conquest drives unhealthy. Competition is where you want to go. We could stop all the wars in the world. We could privatize peace by, again, just deciding that we're going to work together as a planet. And there's basically an Olympics of inventions. This is held year round and as often as needed. If there has been any breakthrough in like, let's say for car parts and stuff, if there's any breakthroughs in brake technology, time to display it. If you haven't had any, don't show up. If this is like better and actually shows to work more efficiently, all cars now have the best braking system. Now each one can be different. You can get like the little less expensive. I mean, those companies but they have the specs and schematics and the right to make that. Those people still hold the patent, and so therefore, until further notice, whatever country who developed the brake system, all cars are going to have the brakes from that point in time until the next one that's better, so everyone has the best brakes. Again, it's what they're, it's kind of like this microphone sounds really good. The one it's modeled after is $4,000. This one cost me $69, but it normally lists for $100. It sounds really good. I like it. I use it for vocals. I use it for voiceover. I use it for, I put it at the pop screen. I sing into it from a distance. It's a very versatile mic. It's good for recording acoustic. And for the $4,000, if this is $100, I could get 40 of these for one of the other one. For those that it's that important that can hear that $3,900 difference, that's available. And for those that can afford $69 to $100, there's an option available for you too. A good option. See? No one goes out of business. Everyone's still making everything. The Olympic thing just sets the standard for, that way when you go to the store, just like I need brakes for 2000, then just, yeah. We have the economy, we have the blah, 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 we have the blah, blah, blah. What you have on the economy? We have so and so, so and so, so and so, so. That's German. We have this one. That's Japanese. We have this one here. That's Mexican. We have this right here. That's so and so. You have the ones that are made here in America. The ones that blah 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 blah. Yeah, I mean all that stuff. You're not allowed to tariff that shit because now it becomes the, you know what I mean. That way you're not. Again, this isn't warfare. This is competition. So we're still like a football game. We don't hate each other. It's just kind of like, damn, that was a good transmission. You know what I mean? That was, or that's a damn good new sneaker. The technology in there for cushioning your feet. That is, I mean, it's like walking on cloud. Now it's available as a technology for your shoe. The design, if they find a cheaper way to do the same design, it doesn't work as well, but it's a cheaper way to do it. It doesn't work. It's not as good. It doesn't. I will admit the $4,000 mic has a bit of a depth. You can feel how far away the microphone. I mean, like right here, you can hear how far away it is, and the compressor's on. But this is like you can feel it. It's a diff. There is a difference. But when the music is all cranked and going, there's not that much of a difference. It's not that bad. It's not $3,900 worth of difference. Not for what I do. If I were Steven Tyler, sure. If I was Chris Cornell, possibly. I'm Behringer B1. That thing will work. That one thing works just fine. I've got a C3 or C1, whatever the fuck that is. I got a bunch of different mics and stuff for doing different things. I've got a SM58 knockoff from Shure. So yeah. Yes, this is about whatever. It's about comedy. It's about everything. This is about, I mean, I ramble, I meander. I mean, it's never going to be. In the last 3 months, I've done a couple 100 hours, I believe. I ain't got shit to do. I ain't got no fucking job. Fuck, it is Friday, isn't it? It's Friday. I ain't got no job. I ain't got shit to do. I'm going to get me high today. It's 4/4/25. Welcome to the future. Did you think you'd make it? If you're like around my age, 48, dude, I never thought I'd make it this far. No, I thought I'd be gone by now, man. Fuck, I thought I'd be gone by now. Hell, I tried. As I said, other people tried to forcefully eject me from the Hotel California. Problem is, you can check out, you just can't ever leave until management says so. Here's the management and their tab they put on that shit because those guys were trying. Oh, they were trying to kick me out of the hotel. They dragged me out the door, but my toes were just across the threshold. They didn't drag quite far. If they drug here, I probably would be not here. But they left me on the threshold. Management just gonna pull me back in. Let me sleep in a bed for a couple days, and I was back to. I'm still in this motherfucker? Oh, yeah. All right. See where this goes. Wonka everywhere and not in chocolate to drink. Like this, I don't know how many kids got absorbed there. Probably 7. Probably 7, the 7 deadly sins, because what's his name goes to this gloop. And, how many kids died and how many kids failed in Wonka? How many children received the golden ticket? Oh, it's right there on the front page. 5 children received a golden ticket. Okay, so it was Augustus Gloop, Mike TV, Charlie Bucket. What kind of last name is Bucket? Veruca Salt, gotta love that, and Violet Beauregard. So of course, when Veruca Salt came out, I'm like, let's see what you gotta say. Can't fight this either. I don't know what that is, but let me look that up. Okay, all right, nice. I like that word. See there. Okay, cool. I didn't know what that was, but now I do. Um, but yeah, five. Maybe thought seven would be too on the nose, But each one of them does something. They're snotty little kids, and so they get rejected, and then Charlie disobeys, but he still gets rejected. But then the whole key of the whole thing comes together, doesn't it? Slugworth actually worked for Wonka. Before it all started, he found all of them and offered them $10,000 for their everlasting gobstopper. So all you gotta do is just bring me your everlasting gobstopper and money's yours. They all agreed, and then they all crossed their fingers when they took the promise not to ever talk about it. So they all lied. All of them, including Charlie. He was so disappointed in what Mr. Wonka did that rather than take revenge, is like, yeah, sorry, man, you broke my heart. You can have this shit. I don't want it. That was the point. Where, can you imagine? You'd be so fucked up. They'd be like, I mean, you just got finished being yelled at. Your grandpa's like, you're a monster, whatever, and he's treating you as badly as the kid who damn near, I mean, he just went swimming in the chocolate. As bad as the girl who's fucking got rejected for being a bad egg. The Violet who turned Violet. And Mike TV, he was telling his mom to shut up. And you get yelled at the same way because you drank some lifty drink and you burped and you touched the wall. I thought you were fun, Mr. Wonka. You made fizzy lifting drink. I'm not allowed to touch the wall. I mean, I went too high a little bit. I got a little too high. And you're kicking me out? You're going to have this much candy and you're going to kick me out for getting too high. You're the one that said eat whatever I want to eat. What if this is your fault? What if I can't handle red dye 9? Huh? What do Oompa Loompa hands do to a child like myself? I don't know. Maybe I was well behaved until I ate your chocolate, Mr. Wonka. Well, tell you what. You're fucking everlasting gobstopper, you fuck ass. Slugworth works for me. What? This whole time, Slugworth works for me. You're supposed to get mad at me like you just did and take it to him and sell for 10,000. But only one kid would actually go, nah. Fuck this, dude. You're gonna lump me in with those motherfuckers? Nah. And I'm not a revengeful type person, so I'm out. That one's a stoner movie because of all the great songs, um, the jokes. Whipped cream, doesn't cream, shaving cream. Finally gives it a little kick. I'm sorry. Could you speak up? I'm a trifle deaf in this ear. All questions must be submitted in writing and triplicate 4 days in advance. Thank you. Some kind of fun house? Why are you having fun? Where's this way? Come on. Oh shit, never mind. It's okay, there's the exit. Go back that way. Dude, we just came from that way. This way right here? The fuck? Was in that fucking Snosberry, bitch? What was in the Snosberry? What was in the Snosberry, Wonka? I gotta admit it does. It drips like Snosberries. I don't know about taste. Go into a car wash fast, then you come out. That's just good old clean fun, man. Literally. This is the end. Well, they broke several rules. No car. Too many chefs. Were they serving up goodies? Oh, they're serving up goodies. But I think it's just too much with the, you know. You got Michael Cera getting a blowjob in the bathroom while sipping on a juicy juice. You got comedy gold right there. Right there. Because Superbad is doing cocaine and getting a blowjob in the bathroom while sipping a juicy juice. Yeah. And just staring like, hey man, what's up? That's more like that. Sip on the juicy juices. Picture of Michael Cera doing none of the shit. Picture him going, would you mind not looking me in the eye? Thank you. I need to use the bathroom. I need to, you know what, I'm just gonna go outside. Where's Fogel? I am McLovin. Again, if they were smart, actors would hope for a, you have movies that are like, oh, they keep the movie industry going the way it is. But to kind of revive the movie industry, film pilots for shows to be about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Show them at movie theaters at a discounted rate for the free information. Let CBS and whoever's going to run the show, let the theaters run it for free. They can charge like $1 or $2 to get in per person. That way they're making profit for nothing. So maybe some of the other prices on the other tickets can come down a little bit. Because it'd be like a good thing, like I said, for like a date night type thing where it's out somewhere in public. Neither one of you knows necessarily what to expect. If nothing else, you can maybe bond over how fucking horrible. If one of you finds it funny and the other one finds it just like, just look over at them and they're just laughing their ass off. And you're like, this is a drama. You know what I mean? Or whatever. You know what I mean? Oh, this is a drama? You haven't paid attention to any of that at all? No, I mean, when the guy lost his head, it's because it's ER. Yeah, his head got chopped the fuck off. And you're, we're done here. You know what I mean? We're done. We're done. We're good. We're good. We're good. We got all the crazy up here that we need. Trust me. We don't need any more. I'm not taking any more applicants. So, but yeah. And then for the actors, often you're going to get a role or you're going to get typecast anyways in movies. So why not get typecast in a role that you like rather than go out there and do all your stuff? Like you play this role for like 10 years. And then you try to quit that role and get into, I mean, over the time you're trying to do into, other acting and you get some, but not a whole lot because you're so known for this main thing that you're doing. Use Joey Tribbiani, for example, Matt LeBlanc. You're so known for that it's going to be kind of hard for you to play a scientist or anything else in there because everybody's like, Joey's not smart enough to do that. That's probably what that whole thing about him trying to open the infomercial. I don't know if you guys ever seen the episode. But he's probably trying to get regular jobs because he's a good actor. He's so good of an actor that people believe he's actually stupid. Like how many auditions has he gone on where they're like, hi, for today, we're going to try. He's like, I'm Matt LeBlanc. That's Joey Tribbiani, a character. I appreciate it. That's very kind of you. If you notice, I'm gray. Joey's actually got dark hair. I started going gray a little bit early. I'm actually a pretty smart guy. Right. So, could you just do the forget about it line? How you doing? Can you do that? How you doing? See, that's why we can't hire you, man. Because it's like, as soon as you come on the screen, as soon as you came out, that's all I can think of is, how you doing? So no, I'm sorry, man. You know what I mean? He's just like, ugh. How many of the other ones tried out and didn't get much of anything? How many? I mean, and how many other parts got, they get rejected from? You don't hear about that because they're doing so well at Friends. You don't hear about them going out for another part and not getting it, do you? They're too busy being Rachel, too busy being Ross. They love it. Look how much fun they're having. They love doing this. Why can't they just keep going for another 20 years? Same character every day. Basically life. Just someone else's. To entertain those people, which ends up being your role. It's not a bad role to have, man. It's not a bad role to have. It's actually pretty cool because people like you don't have to listen to what the hell you have to say. But it's kind of like the one hit wonder, You have 10 songs. People only really want to hear one of those. A remix of that? Oh, dope. Who did this one? Man, these remixes are fucking dope, man. Oh, somebody did a cover of that song? Dope, dude. Let me listen to that shit. It's like the original. Oh, just the way he sings it. Just the way she sings it. Just like the original. Wow, this is really good. Sounds just like. But, comedy is comedy, man. Sometimes it's dour, sometimes it comes up and it's lifted. I don't know. I mean, it's with a professional comedian, people give time. You know what I mean? Like if they want to tell a story and set things up or whatever, they'll give you. But if you're not, they're not going to give you anything. You need to come out proving yourself, like the moment you hit the stage. Which is really fucked up because like you got to earn the right. It's the same with music. You have to earn the right to experiment with music. You have to earn the right to experiment with art. Picasso's pictures are what he's most known for. Completely fucked up. They're not even really all that difficult to do. But the only reason this is actually revered is because he didn't start with that. He had actual regular paintings. So then when he goes to do that, you know that it's intentional. That little mental shift on your end makes it a work of art, as opposed to a childish drawing where one eye is kind of fucked up and wrong. This doesn't look right. Oh, he meant to do it. Here's some of its other stuff. Oh, so he can paint. Oh, he can paint really, really, really well. Like classically trained, he can paint really well. Okay, I mean, oh shit. Oh, that's fucking beautiful. I guarantee some people that will have heard my music, like that was one guy. I think we just went to like the studio. And he recorded everything himself and mixed and mastered. Go back and listen to that one more time. Shit, that's one dude. So all this stuff in the background, the keyboards and all that shit. It's one guy. And one guy mixing and I mean, because I thought the mix sounded like shit, but for one dude doing all that, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And you can hear like over the years it getting better and getting more and more evolved. Almost like, I mean, the last one just sounded like it went through a studio that just doesn't really quite know what they're doing on the high end bass end. Like, yeah, I mean, I mean, it was a good mix. It just wasn't like it was just too bright. It was too bright and brittle. Trust me, I know. These under and over represent certain frequencies, and without the arc correction, room correction, so do those because the room does bounces and stuff, so it doesn't sound exactly right. I did the arc acoustic room correction on the tracks I did today, and it's kind of like what happened with these headphones. God, man, you made my speakers sound like shit. Like, no, no, they did. That's what you were hearing. That's why there was a difference between. You see what I'm saying? That's why there was a difference. Mix it the way that they're saying, turn it off, export it, and listen to it. And aside from a few points where I kind of overestimated because of the sound coming out of the speaker, I over exaggerated some of the high end because it was so bassy. If I would have just like, sure that's got to be coloring. Like, that can't be the right sound that's coming out of this thing. When I went and put it out on the speakers out there, that's what was coming out of it. That acoustic room correction, I got to dial it in. They said listen to like tracks and stuff, and I watched it. The correct way of using it. I had a feeling, but I wanted to make sure. So I actually put on the front end of some things, and I also there's some things I did wrong, and I didn't. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know whether you're supposed to turn it on or off when you're done. And you are supposed to turn it off when you're done. Not necessarily listen to it because your room is fucked up, isn't it? So when you listen back to it, it's gonna be like, oh God, how that's not gonna translate well. But the one that sounded good in here didn't translate well at all out there, did it? That's because this one, the sound coming out of these speakers has been corrected for that. Not for this room, so that this room sounds good, so that the mix sounds good wherever you take it. And so I played it out there. I'm like, I got to work on this and this and this and this and this and this, and start just trusting the speakers that that's what it sounds like, because that's exactly what happened with these headphones. I was listening to like some mixes and I was just about to send these back. These fucking headphones sound like shit, dude. And like I said, there's like McFly. I'm like, what? They're flat signal studio monitor headphones. Yeah. The headphones don't sound like shit. My mixes sound like shit. Okay, let me just start this from the ground up and rebuild it with these headphones on. Way better sound, way more universal translation. And now with the room acoustic room correction, it should be a whole lot better. I should be able to set these. I usually used to set the level. These I use to set the tone without the arc on it because I can hear the guitar tone. I'm learning a lot of stuff. Like I've been making the guitar tone way too brittle. I got to bring that down. It always makes it stand out in the mix. But that's because my speakers are incorrect. Now that I got the acoustic from correction, I know that those things, but I'm just adding too much. It does stand out, and I should add those frequencies, but I'm adding like 6 decibels when I should be adding like 3. It's just too much, and it comes out like really harsh. I try to cut off the top end, but yeah, whatever. Um, we're getting back. We're getting back to Wonka. They gotta go watch a movie. They gotta watch a whole movie. You can't wait for them to watch a movie. What does this world come to, man? Here they come. Shut up, shut up, shut up. They don't know what's going on. So yeah, I mean, like that's why, when you got that popsicle stuck and it's not. What's going on, man? You guys back? Cool, 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 cool. Get your seats. Haven't said it. Said it. All right. So as I said, Wonka's a tale of redemption. One man's woes to overcome the Wild West and thirst for water. And he does it. Oh, Bobby does it. They're in the old Wonka town. But yeah, well, now that they're back and they've seen it, I don't want to discuss it because that's kind of rude. It's kind of like you guys just watch it. Okay. I don't know. They might let them talk about what they learned or what they didn't learn. I don't want to just assume and tell them what they learned. Well, they're gone. Did you notice? Maybe like, yeah, I noticed that. I haven't noticed that when I was like fucking 7 and I watched this shit. You stupid fuck. I didn't have to get stuck. I got to work tomorrow. You have me go get stoned and go watch it. I had to go rent it from Blockbuster, which means I had to fire up the DeLorean. No, not the one with Mr. fucking thing. This was on sale. I wanted the Mr. Fusion, but this one runs on gas. And the fucking pole. It's it comes with a time of when, as long as you have gas and you know the time, the weather, you're fine. They even have secondary storms in case you missed the first one. You may just be stuck there for like a month or two. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. So Up in Smoke is probably by far the most successful in recent history. I would have to say it's probably Friday, the whole Friday series. Um, Friday 1, Friday 2 introduced new characters, which was cool. Because you didn't get tired of like Smokey, but by like Friday 3, like whatever it took to get Smokey back, pay his taxes, whatever it takes to get him fucking back. They should have done it for just for the art's sake of it, because everybody, can you imagine Mike Epps playing off Chris Tucker, playing off Ice Cube? This shit would be fucking crazy, dude. And then you add in Cat Williams, because he was in number 3. And then the whole Terry Crews. That dude's fucking hilarious, man. He turned his body into an instrument for a goddamn deodorant that you could play. You could play Terry Crews. I wanted to get the synth and stuff and make a song out of it and actually do it. You know what I mean? Like as a drum beat back there, and then put some weird effect on it. So like people are like, what the fuck is that? Terry Crews. What? You remember when that thing came out? You could play Terry Crews? Like, yeah. I went ahead and recorded a beat with it. Was it because I put some fucking shit so it sounded like a bit, more like a drum set. It's like an octave shift that's not quite all the way an octave. If you listen, I blended in halfway so you can still hear him back there. Making my way downtown. You mean you're not white? Somebody get this jigaboo away from me. It's an all white party. Dude. Yeah. A stoner comedy, they should definitely, I mean, they should have a quest. A real, a quest. Even if it's like, go get milk. And then all the things that go wrong with just something so mundane as going to get milk. Stoned. It comes this whole fiasco. You end up in Mexico. You're from fucking Colorado. They laid the blueprint out, really, man. They really did. Okay, you end up in Canada. You're from Colorado. Somehow you get deported. Exactly. Why did you get the Mounties are after you? Case of mistaken identity? I don't know. I haven't written it yet. You understand? All I know is it's called One Last Run. And it's going to have a Geo Metro. 1990s. It's going to be set in the 90s. It's going to be a Geo Metro. It's not a hunk of shit, but it's a hunk of shit. Because even the brand new Geo Metro was a hunk of shit because it's a 3-cylinder. You put any extra weight in that bitch, that 40-mile-an-hour gas mileage kind of drops down. I know we drove just me and my brother in the empty Geo Metro from Michigan to Louisiana for Christmas because we had like 5 days off for Christmas because we both worked at Video Launch. And so we drove down in one day, stayed for 3 days, and drove back up in one day. It's like a 17-hour drive from Ann Arbor to Shreveport, Louisiana. And going down there was cool, whatever. On the way down, I stopped and I called my dude. I'm like, hey, man. Because I was used to Michigan prices. So I was waiting for the burn, I was like, how much can I get a half for? Oh, how much can I get a quarter for? And he's like, it was below 25. I'm like, how much can I get a half for? Like, whatever. I'm like, dude. Yeah, go ahead and set that half up, man. And he's like, okay, cool. And he's like, you're not going to believe it. I'm like, what? And he's like, knowing you're coming back, we're going to have like a party. I'm like, yeah. And it's like, so we decided just to go out. I mean, it's way past shroom season. So we decided to go one last time to go look. We got a bunch. I'm like, oh, no fucking way. Like, I will see you later on. Like, when I get home, I gotta stay with my mom, but then, I will see you the next motherfucking day. And like, done, dude. So, that was a really great night. So I was like basically just tripping balls all the way into like Christmas on the shrooms. I just slept on the fucking floor of my mom's living room. Shit. It was so fucking fucked up that like I just felt this kind of like spiraling. I guess it would be like it was like a this way kind of feeling, spiraling. And then I felt myself go in through my feet into my body, and I just sat up. From laying down, I didn't roll. In that same, and I was on my feet. I'm like, I can feel myself getting up, and as I'm getting up, I'm like, what the fuck? And like every answer I could ever want, I had it in my head. I'm like, that's it. That's the fucking yeah. That's the fucking. I fucking I got and like as I was I mean it's kind of because you're coming out of the dream like that's it. There's a fucking. I was like, what's the fucking question? Oh god damn! I've got the answer. What the fuck's the question? No, no, no. And it starts fading away. I'm like, oh fuck, no, no, don't. I just. Oh come on, fuck. It's just gone. I'm like shit, shit. Oh well. Um, I stayed up and opened presents, and I didn't think my mom really knew I was tripping. She might have like a long drive, I guess maybe. Or like I'm not. My mom's a bit of an enabler, and my dad's a bit of a druggie, so she probably knows the signs of you know what I mean. My brother didn't go. I think he had his friends to hang out with. I did. I think I did offer him because I was like, we're gonna be doing shrooms. I think he was like, yeah, no. Christmas and doing shrooms. I'm like, yeah. Doing Easter, man. Why not, man? It's fucking no. One's responsible. One's just a druggie. He's like, we'll trip and we'll eat our feast. Like Jim Morrison. No, ma, I've been drinking. So, like I said, the formula for a good buddy druggy comedy is out there. Transport of some sort. It doesn't have to be the car. It could be the bus. Main thing is there's a way that they get around that's unreliably reliable. A friend, Depender in Deadpool. Yeah, yeah. Um, Dependable. um, some guy just has timing. You know what I mean? He's got a really shitty car. What the fuck are you guys doing here? Dude, we need a lift to fucking. Yeah, get in the car. I was just heading that way. Like, no matter what situation, they go 4 states over. Dude, what the fuck are you doing in Texas? But trying to get back home. Dude, I'm going home. Get in the fucking car. Here, smoke this, dude. Turns out it's like a hallucination. They're just hitching rides with random people. Hey, man, we really appreciate the ride you always give us. Yeah, man, it's fucking. Yeah, hey, please don't smoke that in here. It's really cool for you to give me this, man. I really appreciate that. Can you roll the window down? Hey, Tommy, remember that time we were at the bike shop and you lost that toe? I'm just gonna go ahead and roll the window for the fuck down. You're gone, obviously, man. Let me smoke some of that. That's some of that. Fuck the fuck. I got all these fucking amphetamines in my shit. Why not? Oh no. Oh no. What you know what I mean? Before he gets in the. Oh no. No, here, take this. No, I don't know what that is. Get this the fuck away from me. Ah. Yeah, man. It just yeah. I don't know why in this day and age you don't. I mean, there hasn't been a guy girl buddy stoner flick. Aquafina, tell me she would make a good one for a fucking. She's a stoner. She probably know all the fucking references to all the fucking like game shit. You know what I mean? Fuck yeah, dude. New controller. Let's go get you one. No, you want that. You want the universal remote control. Trust me. You want the universal control. I worked there. Fired for what? Being stoned on the job. I am not on the job right now. You're supposed to be. Oh, fuck, it's Thursday? It's Friday. So, yes, you missed Thursday, and now you're late for Friday. And you come in to buy a remote control? They're over there, ma'am. I guess I don't get a store discount. No. I guess I can smoke this in here then. We just don't. What? Fuck. You know I'm gonna burn this place down if I don't get the fucking. You know me. Just let me do what I gotta do. We gotta get a remote control. Just fuck off. And you don't even have the one we need. What happened to the ones, the 753s? Can I go back in the stock? Of course not. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to your competitor. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna work for them. That's right. I'm gonna take less of a pay. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show you. Like with seriousness. You'll all fucking pay. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to make this sacrifice and make my stance known that this place sucks. I quit. Just me, fine. I don't care. I don't care. As long as I laugh, I don't give a shit. What is this all about? Go back to the very beginning. It's all been about. I'm just trying to classify these in the right way. And, like, I mean, they're like music, religion, politics, whatever, all combined together. Today I picked comedy because I'm talking about mostly stoner comedies. 1 hour and 28 minutes, and we're just not, when we talked about, Up in Smoke. Didn't talk about how much I've watched it. Like, he didn't have like a ton of stuff on tape, but it was all done. Like, if anyone who does remember tape, remember long play or extended play. Like, if you played a regular play, it had like 2 hours of movie and it was really good quality. And then if you did like long play, it's like 4 hours of medium quality. If you did extended play, you had 8 hours of movie with a good audio. Shit. Oh, I missed the CD changer. Anyways, so he had like, several movies that had like, 4 or 5 movies on each tape. And so I think Up in Smoke and what's McCall on the same one? I don't remember. But I had a tape that we would watch also, and there was like every episode of Ren and Stimpy. I had the whole collection. And that's what I was trying to say earlier about the if you've seen the other one, is about the Lord of the Rings. There will come a time when you'll watch it for the last time. You'll have watched it so many times that, like, everything's going to happen. So as soon as you go to put it in, you start watching the opening scene and just kind of like already kind of not losing interest. You love the story, but as soon as like the music starts up, you know exactly what's going to happen. Like everything, like every moment of it. You're already seeing the end of this one. You're ready, kind of ready to move on to number 2. Especially depending on how many times you've watched number 1. And then eventually you watch 2 enough. You start at 2, and then you watch 3 enough. And then if you're like obsessive like me, then you kind of like switch over like which one you start with, like The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings, and then switch it back, and get the original. They watch one more time the way it originally did, and like I said, this one's like a good 12-hour block for Hobbit, and 12-hour block for Lord of the Rings. And so it's a full day of watching, whether you break it up over 2 days or whether you just kind of, watch until you fall asleep and remember where you fell asleep at. Wake up and start watching again. I haven't had a good marathon like that in a while. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe it hasn't been my last time. But there'll come a day when you go, like I said, you got to put it in. It's just kind of, it's like, I love the fucking story. I fucking love the story, but it just does not change. You know what I mean? It just doesn't change. And that's kind of what inspired the writing in the Keep Christerian. I wanted something that changes. I did it. I did it. Did it so much, it was 120,000 of 180,000 million words. Have several loose ends to tie off. There's like different branches, and I off of the branches they have. I wanted each ending to be different and satisfactory. And then there's the golden fruit endings, what I call them, and they have like there's three main characters, and they have pretty much their whole story. If you get to that part, you get to their whole story. Which one's right? Which one's the right end? I mean, they can't all be right. And the only clue that I give is at the beginning is that to get to the right answer, all three have to go, but all three cannot make it to the end. How many lose? I don't know, but all three cannot make it to the end. All three have to go. So that's the only hint. The other endings are, I felt, resolved in a way that, like, either left you wanting to go back and, because it does have the ability. It's in PDF, so it has the hyperlinks. You can just go back to where your first choice, go back one choice, or go back to the very first choice you had to make. So you don't have to read the entire thing over again. The first part, you just jump back to like the very, and there, right there, it has like a return to the top in case you want to read that. I found a way to do an info dump without doing an info dump. So there's some retooling and restructuring of the Keep Christerian a little bit to do, because it starts off with a pretty long info dump that's completely not necessary for the story, and I figured out how to add it in there in case you want to. Again, with a hyperlink, it's a book within a book. Each of the characters might have journals. Well, each of the characters will have journals. But when you get to like the ending of something, if one of the endings, sometimes you might find one of their journal entries. Each choice you make opens up an entirely different world, entirely different universe. Even going the same places, it won't be described the same, because I was trying to do something like that. I was trying to make sure that everything was matching even. I'm like, why? Well, let's keep continuity. Like, but do you really want to go ahead and describe the same thing that's going to bore people to death? Like, no. Is this the right ending? No. So what does it matter? Make it entertaining. Each one is different. Okay, cool, yeah. That way I can end the ending out however I fucking want to, because I'm not sticking to exactly what happened in the last one. The interior of this building can be completely different. They don't even have to go to this building. All right, let's just scrap with it. And by that choice, what would they do? And I did a lot of that shit. And it's like I said, 128,000 out of 80,000. Once I realized that I had to write all three of these other books, because I had all the holes between this one and the very first book, The Robber and the Thief, worked out. But the Underwoods is supposed to go in between, and then it came and went. It's supposed to be the last one. It's a short, like I said, like 45,000 word book that describes a creature from Wynte, Wynte. I wonder if that transcribed in the closed captioning is Y. W? Why? NTE. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Gotcha. That was weird. Um, I mean, like, yeah, what does that translate to? Not necessarily the same thing, is it? I was watching a movie. It's a kung fu movie. It was overdubbed. I prefer that to subtitle. I prefer the audio to subtitle. But the thing that sucks is that if something's on the screen, I tend to my eyes go to that, like the reading, like the Chiron and stuff. That's why I hate the Chirons when I'm watching like news or whatever. It drives me nuts. There's movement in my eyes. That's what they want you to do, and I fucking hate it, man. I hate it. Like I don't want to read. I don't want to see this shit. I don't care about what the Dow is doing. I don't care about the Nasdaq. Yeah, yeah. Everybody knew it was gonna fucking start crashing. We know this. The only people that didn't know this are the people that didn't know this. So, God, the other day I was watching the news. I'll get there. The day I was watching the news, and they were explaining the three branches of government because Trump had issued some executive order and saying how like he had said that the asserted the assumption that the federal judge has no authority to overrule his agenda. He's got a mandate. He's different and special from any other. He's more loved than any other president before. Well, how's that working out for you? I don't think it's going to work out in the long run unless, I don't know, man. I don't know. He's just a piece of shit to, like, if nothing else, he'll walk away with a shit ton of cash. Right? He'll be fine. That's how it always works out. It's the other people that fucking supported and helped, no matter how much or whatever. Michael Cohen went to jail. Roger Stone, Roger, this stupid fucker with the Batman villain clothes. Roger Stone? Yeah, he's got the tattoo of Nixon between his shoulder blades. Like you do. I know I want a tricky dick between my shoulder blades. Especially if I go to jail. Like, even maybe that's what it is. He knows he's going to jail, so if he has Nixon's face back there, they'd be like, but that's assuming they won't fucking cut it off your back. See you fuck me now. Oh, is that a blade? Yeah, that's a shit. We'll just get that out of there. Back teen. Oh man, we do this all the time to people who try to do this shit. Got it down to a science. Saran wrap. It's like getting a tattoo. Or removing one. Violently. Then you have a patch back there. We'll get someone to, since you want a tattoo back there. We'll give you a tattoo back there. Something more befitting. Um, so layout of a stoner movie and all that. If it was, if doing what I was talking about, Cheech and Chong, instead of being a series of movies that progressively got whatever, and started being judged because of racism and other stuff. Cheech was getting accused by the Mexican American community and the Hispanic community that, Hispanic American community and Hispanic people, that he was putting out a negative stereotype of whatever. He wasn't just playing a character. He was every. That's some heavy shit you have to carry around. There's not a lot of images, though. You have to concede there's not a lot of images in year one. And what are they doing? What are you doing? That. And so I get it. I get it. But overcorrecting the ship isn't the answer either. You know, and that's what a lot of people do. Okay, so the ship was we were weighted way over like this. So naturally, we just got to throw everything over here, and instead of stopping here, it just keeps going. Like good, go, good, go. We got balance. No, that's not balance at all. Well, now I'm pissed off that we're this way. Let's go back that way. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Stop, 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 stop. So close. So again, stop, 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 stop. What are you doing? Stop, 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 stop. That's even farther. We just always overcorrect, from overcorrect to overcorrect. What's happening with women is completely fucking horseshit. Women should have control of their own bodies and shit. If I have control of mine, either the government just controls bodies, or they don't. That simple. What rules are we living by? There will be peace as long as we're living by one set of rules. As long as there's a two-tiered system, you're gonna have war and unrest amongst your people. Because some people can't do some things that those people can for some reason. They have enough money to get away with it. They murder somebody and suddenly evidence disappears and shit. You know what I mean? Or it gets seen by this known judge. Or they have this very known lawyer who very rarely loses. That's where you get the shit like, no, technically he did do it. It doesn't matter. They had no reason to enter his residence. Not without a warrant. And that's where all this hinges on. That's all your evidence comes. That's where you get that kind of shit. Look at the law. You have to have a warrant. It doesn't say you have to have a suspicion. That's why you have to do it by the book when you're taking somebody down. It has to be correct. It doesn't have to be fast. It doesn't have to be swift. Justice works slow. The people don't understand that, but they're going to get a lesson in it. Because it's moving faster than I thought. I thought for sure it'd be at least another month or two before we heard. But no, it popped up. Just like I told my mom. It popped up. I wouldn't doubt to start seeing more. If so, I know how this is going to go. It ain't good. If not, I know how it's going to go. It ain't good. It's worse. And then there'll be one last off ramp before. Well, we try to give you a choice. You know, signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours. Maybe people remember COD or Sazy. Anyone? 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 Chat room's open. What is a Sazy poll? Not what us. What is? This is fun, right? Humorous. What is a Sazy? A bartender at Roadhouse. Um, character in Tu Wong Fu. Is that another option? Someone always starting and last one would be lies. It's all lies. So, our options are, what is a Sazy? A bartender at Roadhouse. A character in Tu Wong Fu. Someone's always starting. Lies. It's all lies. I gotta correct some typing here because this is official. We got this is very important work we're doing here, and your answers matter. So please, with all seriousness, take this shit seriously. Polls are open. While we're doing that, the formula, again, there needs to be transport so they can get around somehow. Maybe a quest. There needs to be, gotta have a theme song. You gotta have a theme song of some sort, you know? So everybody knows. Movie's starting. Here it comes. You know what I mean? So you're already giggling by the time you hear the music. And then the ending should be complete enough that you don't need a part two. You don't need a part two. But it's open. What happened next? At the end of the, after they went to go get whatever the fuck it is from the store, milk. After all the credits roll. Did you forget the whipped topping? You know what I mean? So some of that shit. Something where you're like, god damn it. It could be 10 years from then that you bring it back. But with my plan, like I was saying, Cheech and Chong may have been a TV show. It would have had writers working, you know what I mean? And they could have easily phased Cheech to be, you know what I mean? Less stereotypical, whatever. And more, it's just more about him being a druggie than anything about him being, because that's what it's always about. It was never about him being, every Mexican out there. He's actually a fake cholo. If you look, he's always, he had like the bandana and stuff like that, but he's not really he's not a tough guy. So if you look at it in the lens of comedy, Even his band people, I'll be like, I kind of do know that guy. You know what I mean? I kind of do know that. Okay, yeah, now I do kind of know that guy. It's not really that racist. I kind of do know that guy. Yeah, that's why it's relatable and lovable, man. It's not insulting. I never met someone who started like disliking Mexicans based on Cheech and Chong. Never. If anything else, they started loving, Cheech and Chong. And how can you be racist against? Wait a minute. Hang on. Cheech is Mexican. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cheech is what? And Chong. He's what? So you mean I've been paying money? It doesn't happen. Oh wow, Chong's first band was like an all black rhythm and blues band, and he was like the only white guy in there, or like is he biracial? He's Asian of some sort? That's pretty cool. He must have jammed pretty good. You know what I mean? Because they had a record, and he's right there on the cover with like three black dudes. They're just chilling, like holding the guitars, like like the Temptations and shit. That kind of old shit. And Embodied Comedy Club was in Canada. Yeah, I think Cheech went there to dodge the draft or whatever. Can't blame nobody for wanting to. I mean, again, if you stand on what you say, I can't hold you. I mean, I can't. I'm a pacifist. I don't believe in fighting. So if they put me in I don't believe in killing. Thou shalt not kill. It didn't say thou shalt not kill unless America gives you a gun, or it gives you an order. Thou shalt not kill, and I fear God way more. So I'll just defect, man. I'll just leave. Not to. I mean, I won't defect to. I'll just like fucking go somewhere. Fuck, I don't know. Get lost at sea. I don't know what the fuck I'll do. I'll find some way that you. I really tried to be there. I did. It's a big problem. I just didn't want to be there. I tried though. I really tried to want to be there, and I couldn't. And so I missed the fucking deadline. Figured it'd be like jury duty. Is there like a fine? You can't jail me. I didn't know anything. Besides, I'm not in the military. Well, then I'd like to have my. I mean, I'm still a citizen, right? Yeah, I'd like to talk to a JAG official about my rights. Is this? I mean, because my law says that my First Amendment rights say I don't have to do something that my Bible says I don't have to do. So I'm interested to see how this is going to play out: the Constitution versus your draft. No, no, no. Keep talking because Congress should make no law. So you guys would be under Congress, which would be a law. Who tell me I have to deny my God. I don't think that's going to work out very well in court, Guy. What do you think? Not if the judge is ordered to swear an oath to the Constitution and protect it. Because if you're protecting it while taking it away from me, I wouldn't be protecting it at all. So what time is the case? No, I hear you. And I'm scared. I really am. Not for me, though. The dude that was choking me out, he was telling me to feel for her. Like, I woke up behind the building and I was being drugged by the neck to the fucking car because they were trying to find my wallet. I'd already given the $15 that I had in my pocket. They wanted to see if there's anything else in my wallet. There's like another $15 in my wallet, which I knew, but I know what happened to my wallet. After getting yanked around the neck and pulled back against the fucking thing and getting hit right there, I pretty much blacked out until I was just getting stomped and kicked and whatever and all that shit. Then I wake up and I'm being choked and shit like that. And he told me to feel for the wallet to find it because it's my car. Like feel for it, feel for it. I'm like, oh, I feel for you. I feel for you. I can't breathe, man. If you can let go, I can't breathe. If I pass out, I definitely can't find it for you. All right, and then I was out. Oh, I feel for you, dude. I feel bad. I feel really bad for you for what you're doing right now. I feel bad for you. This isn't gonna end well for you. No, I mean I get that you got away with it here. I get that. Matter of fact, I made sure not to tell the cops so they couldn't get their hands on you. It's the fall. The longest fall is the one that you did not see coming at all, isn't it? Because one, you knew for sure where you're going. You knew it. The problem with knowing everything is if one thing changes, you don't know anything. Do you? Because you know everything. So if one thing changes, you don't know anything. Everything you've seen, everything you believe, ain't real. At least you better question it a little bit because you saw something you did not expect. I've seen it 100 times. That's never been there. So now, it just has to get it right one time. That's all. You can lose 500 times. I was thinking about that the other day. It's like if you were to be able to quantumly jump in and out of any possibility, you could technically try all the different options for a decision, play them all out, or simulate them all out, game them all out in your head how they would go to a T by simulating everybody's, the environment, what would happen, and how they would respond, and all this shit. You could speed up the time and watch. Okay, that would lead to this. Kind of like a chess game. This move would lead to that move. That move. Those people, the way they move. Well, these people would teach them, but then they probably wouldn't teach as much until they probably move away. You know what I mean? And figure out which one's the best one. Now you've gone through all of them, but in order to save yourself time and anything coming behind, open up different little black holes or erasing things to just get rid of only everything minus the A to B, the fastest A to B. If the fastest way between A and B is a straight line, and nature follows the path of least resistance, why is lightning shaped like that? What's with the branches? Possibilities, options that canceled out. It wasn't gonna go that way, but the time quantum, like everything started flooding that way, but then it's like, it's actually this way. But it's too late. They'd already tried it. You know what I mean? The couple tried it. Like, I think this is the way. I think this is the way. And some followed that. Someone was like, it followed. And not followed. By the time they get like this positioning, like they're already way ahead of us. Okay, let's just go with them and fall in line. They're already. I mean, they're way down already. This is happening like that quickly because, isn't it? It's not like it just. No. Maybe it's when those falling raindrops creates a friction in the air, causing a positive and negative charge. Plus, the water conducts electricity. The clouds have built up energy in them. The electrons falling, whichever ones cause it, draw the energy from the cloud, and it just starts finding a way till it meets the ground. There is a ground down here, literally, and then as the rain's falling down, it finds a path, hitting off this range, off that range, off that range, off that range, off that range. That's the fastest way? Yeah, go. Too much energy, discharge it. Well, then just place it in different places then. Keep finding different ways to let it go. Well, I hope they're inside then, because it's coming through. What can you do? It's coming. It's coming through. That's why I said there's we are artificial intelligence ourselves. We can understand it by looking at AI, but then we can't extrapolate that that was our purpose in the first place. Look how we're building it. Humanoid shaped. Boston Labs isn't creating robots that can dance and move like people. Dogs. Things we see around the world. Spiders and different bugs, literal bugs. They're not doing that. Fish. They're not doing that. Okay. Okay. That's where they were, but I mean, fuck the fuck do I know? So back to some safe territory. Buddy cop movies. No, buddy stoner movies. Friday kept the tradition up with Craig being the straight man, getting high for the first time, but still keeping his cool. You know what I mean? He keeps his cool. Whereas Smokey's kind of a bit of a lost cause, isn't he? A lovable lost cause. Because I'm not the smartest man, but from here, it does look like he's taking a shit. I don't know about cleaning it up for him, but Ezel's a crackhead. I mean, crackheads. You ain't catching a crackhead. I don't know. You ain't catching a crackhead. So the poll's been open long enough, I think. Let's get a good sample. So, oh my God, it's a 4-way tie. We got to do something about this, guys. This is like at least the 7th time that we had. I gotta be the tiebreaker, I guess, in this, because this is like, I mean, it just always ends without a definitive answer. So, what is a Sazy? A bartender at the Roadhouse. A character in Tu Wong Fu. Someone always starting, or lies. It's all lies. You'd be surprised to know. The answer is C. It's always C. It's always C. You haven't learned shit? Someone always starting. Sazy. You think in the first it was Swayze. Swayze, not Sazy. He's a dancer and an actor and a singer, songwriter. I'm not his biographer. What else do you want? Lies, it's all lies? No, it's not. There is still truth in this world. There's still truth here. But someone's always starting. See? You know? Someone's always starting it. It's a fucking shit. It's fucking. I don't know why. They just send me these letters with their address on them. And and demand to be stomped. And then, all the bullshit. All the bullshit. All the bullshit. Pineapple Express was stoner buddy flick, but it was I don't remember it. I remember Vice Principals. His name's on the edge of my tongue. I can't just think of his name. Eastbound and Down. Righteous Gemstones. Your Highness. We need to get some more actual real. Oh, I got in this poll, man, because it's going. Oh shit, we got. Oh, we had a fucking split for a second. Now it's back to 4-way. You motherfuckers. I gave you an extra time. I didn't mean to. I said it's Swayze, not. So now that we're back to a 4-way, I'm going to just split the tie again. Okay? Lies. It's all lies. We already did the other one. We've eliminated all the choices. Swayze, not Swayze. Apparently it's not. Someone always started. It fooled me. S-A-S-E. That's Swayze. So apparently it's just all lies. That's all we're left with. In the end. I don't think that's fair. To get someone's hopes up like that and just. I don't know. That's just me. Anyways, Pineapple Express. Wasn't, God damn, I just had his name again on my head. He always plays basically the same kind of guy, though. But, didn't leave enough of an impression to remember most of it. The most funny stuff I saw, and it's a bad habit of modern movies, and either that or it's like they're not all that great, so that's all they have to do. If they had like some funny moments that weren't like even the funniest moments, they'd show those. But like these are the funniest moments, and the other ones that aren't would probably not really sell the movie. You know what I mean? So they need something that's going to sell the movie. And so, yeah. But I mean, I remember there was a guy got murdered. I believe Seth Rogen's character saw that. Danny McBride. Someone's thinking it. Thank you. Yeah. Like I say, he basically plays the same kind of character almost all the time, which is, I mean, it's whatever. He's a funny guy. He's a funny character, but then again, if you're going to be typecast anyways, you might as well get into a role that you really like. Like that Vice Principals. They could have wrote that shit for a long time. They could have wrote that shit. They moved to a different school. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? So now you got to watch the two different ones as they raised, and now they're after a superintendent. You know what I mean? You could have upped the stakes. You know, that's not, it wasn't done with Vice Principal. They each become principal of a different school. So they don't have anything to lord over the other one. It's not good enough they both find out superintendent's available. You've already got season 1, 2, and 3. And then superintendent's available. Ends with I'll see you in hell. Yeah. Those two working together. Oh my god, that's such a fucking great duo, dude. That's such a fucking great. Holy shit. There's so much room for so much shit, dude. Yeah, I'm running for governor. I can see Danny McBride. Oh yeah, I'm running for governor, motherfucker. Out of spite. Oh yeah. First thing I'm gonna do, fire your ass. Now he's got to run to save his job. To save his job as a superintendent, he's got to fucking run. At least it can get his story out, so that way when he tries to fire him, you know, by the time he gets in the office, it's too late. So he has to be there while he's levying his charges. He's got to be, yeah. Turns out they like him better. He didn't want to, like, no, I don't want to. I really don't want to be like, no. I mean, but you're telling it like it is. Make him superintendent, and so I'd be his boss. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that. Yeah, yeah. Let's do that. Let's back at him. It wasn't done. But yeah, with the if you had a 2 hour pilot, it's a movie like Pineapple Express or like whatever. You know what I mean? Like a whatever show. And if it's just meant to be a movie, it's just meant to be a movie, and it's in a different area. But if it's like a pilot for sure, like, you know, as they're leaving, what did you think? You know, you can do like a quick little poll, and you can do it. You can take it with you, or you can do it online. You know, it can be like a thing to do as a date night thing. You know what I mean? You can do it to either each put. You know what I mean? What'd you put? And they say be as free as you want. You know, say whatever you want to say. We might even show your shit during the. You know what I mean? The film is absolutely preposterous. You know, I mean, just whatever says Sean Battle. You know, whatever long fucking it's like this on the screen, and like Sean Battle, because everyone's like, and then it just goes away, and you don't have to like, what the fuck? He had a lot to say there. Why did you take that away? Because who cares? It's the point is to be ridiculous. His whole thing is just saying is that the movie's absolutely ridiculous, and here's why. Here's 47 reasons why this movie is way too long, and makes absolutely no sense. Everybody's worried about what People Magazine says. What do I say about it? No one cares what I gotta say. You have my stupid face over there. You get to pick. You get to choose. Like if you get to like, hey, we're gonna use your thing. Really? Yeah. So just when you picture, whatever you want for the picture, it's gotta be. You gotta have clothes on and stuff. But you know, yeah. Other than that, go nuts. Have whatever you want to do. Yes, I can do. Yeah, you can do that if you want to do that. Sure. And it's on the screen, like in the background or whatever. You know, and get really drunk. Some drunk picture of you. We're just contacting you. Could you take the joint out? We don't mind the red eyes. Could you take the joint out of your mouth? Exhale smoke. That's fine. No one knows what that is. That's just smoke. Could be a cigarette. Your eyes tell what it really is, but as long as the parents don't. Oh my God. What, mommy? He is smoking marijuana. What's that? No, I have to explain to my kids what marijuana is. What's this? He's not smoking a cigarette? That'd be better. That'd be better. That would be better. Technically, there's no joint in this shit. What's up with that? Why are you trying to shelter your kids, man? I told my kids like 5 and 6. You don't have to try any drugs. I've done just about all of them. So if you have any questions, ask. Don't take any of those people's word for it. You can ask me. We can talk about this shit. You don't have to do nothing. I can tell you pretty much what all of them are gonna fucking do. I can tell you what to watch out for and all that shit. I even asked them like, you understand? They're like, yeah. Like I said, just don't touch it. I mean, that was before their mom got in the way. But so yeah, I'd always planned to like never lie to my kids. Like ever. I wasn't gonna do Santa Claus. I wasn't gonna do Easter because I can't start off their life lying to them and tell them I'd want them never to lie to me. I had to teach them how to tell a tactful truth. That's what you do. It's true. I mean, it's not, you're not necessarily, but you understand that that person may be hurt by certain things about the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So you just kind of, you summarize it, which you're actually saying what happened. Don't try to excuse it. Don't try to explain it. Just is what happened. Okay, I know. I don't need any. I don't need details. I don't need. No. You know what I mean? No. No. I don't need details. So that's okay. Yeah. Wow, killed somebody. Okay. You know what I mean, or whatever it is. Tell the truth about shit. If I don't know, I can't testify against you. Okay, so just don't. But yeah, I don't know, man. Nice Dreams was a really good. I mean, again, there's a quest. So weed, the pool, the pool is so genius, man. The pool is so genius, and the hole in the tarp with them up there pretending to swim is even more genius. Holy shit! All right, so as we've discussed a bit of the whatever, then you got your whole like trippy shit that's designed to fuck you up. There's shit that's not necessarily designed to fuck you up that will fuck you up, depending on what you're on. So I don't know. For some reason, sober, Ren and Stimpy were fucking hilarious to me. I love it. Still this day, hilarious. Love it. Sober, cannot stand Beavis and Butthead. Can't take them. Can't deal with it. Stoned, Ren and Stimpy bug me out. Hard. I don't know if it's because I know what's coming and whatever. I know the jokes. I don't. Maybe it's the drawings. You know what I mean? Because they do have some like it goes from that silly to like when it gets like the finely detailed and issues like crust and stuff all around the eye. I don't know. Fucks me up. Beavis and Butthead cracks me up when I'm stoned. I'm not always stoned, so it's just at this point in time I wasn't always stoned. So for a little bit of time I'd watch Beavis and Butthead, but nah, Ren and Stimpy was my shit. That was my shit. You always go back to reality. Unfortunately, I've got lots of songs about why can't it just stay around and hang out. I got one that's actually called "Stay." It's about getting fucked up and why is it why you gotta go away, man? Why you gotta leave? Huh? Huh? Why you gotta do me like that, brother? So, oh, brother, help me out. Oh, brother, don't do it. Key and Peele. I'd like two tequilas, please. Oh, come on, brother. Why you won't do it? Oh, shit. So I may have found a way to fix BFD3.
I found an actual old version that's a 3.1.45. It's even older. And if I can get the install, not the installer, the installation manager, pull that shit the fuck out of there, install the new version, like the 3.2.1.6, which is gets me back to FX Mansion's latest one that doesn't crack. Um, Load up that one, and then move the license manager and replace the license manager with the other license manager. Should dial back home. Right now, it's got the newer license manager, so it's not updating the license manager. It's using you got a newer version, so we're not gonna do that. So I gotta uninstall it and then try and reinstall it. See what happens, man. See what happens. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I'm hoping that it works, because if it does, solve my own shit. Oh, that'd be so great, man. I have my shit back. I was told. Within a year, False Prophet would be dead. That's this month. Within 2 years, everything you lost will be returned to you. This Phonic Summit board, mixing board right here, this thing, I won this in a contest. And I sold it because there was too much mixing board for me at the time. I had like that little interface that I was talking about that worked on Windows 7. Windows 7. Windows 10 didn't have the drivers. Windows 10 doesn't have the drivers for this. So realizing that, I'm like, it's still a badass mixing board that can do everything I need it to do, even if it's not an audio interface. Let me see if anyone's selling it. When I won it, it was worth $2,000. This one with the audio interface and everything connected into it was $400. And I have a legit copy of Windows 7 and a Windows 7 computer. So, technically, including my laptop, which runs on Windows 7, and external hard drive, I'm a mobile 16 by 16 studio. My Windows 7 laptop, it's got some shit on it right now, but I can just reformat it. And then start all the way from the beginning. The service packs, don't install necessarily the newest ones that'll, jeopardize whatever shit or slow me the fuck down. Maybe just stick with the original one and don't even go online. So I can get the drivers for this thing and my other audio interface that I have. Because they'll probably work together. That would be like five inputs as well, and MIDI, as well as this thing. Oh shit, that would be sick. Holy fuck, that'd be sick. If I had BFD3 back from FX Mansion, that ran on Windows 7 also, so I'd have that all working. I have Amplitude 4 and a shit ton of packs. I got Soul Studio Max, so I have all the packs. So I can still use Amplitude 4 in Windows 7 because I know that worked in Windows 7 for bass and whatever. Even if the newer ones I've got don't run, I don't know if MixLocker runs in Windows 7 or not. A Amp Locker, but I've got a bunch of shit there. I got a bunch of shit, and yeah, the older stuff. I wouldn't mind pulling my computer off the net and running on Windows 7. You kidding? I've got another computer that I could hook up and just like in this room and have it put into another and put in the back of this one and use that for surfing, just for surfing the net, and then have this audio studio over here roll back to Windows 7 and just running smooth because it can handle Windows 11. Do you know how much fucking how smooth that shit would run? Holy fuck. You lose this and this. Would I? I don't know. Some of my VST plugins, maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. I know Windows 7 could do VST3. Yeah, it could do VST3. So there's a good possibility I wouldn't lose anything at all, man. That'd be fucking sick. Total Studio Max. Hmm. Interesting. Something to think about. Anyways, guys would get stoned. Trippy movies. I mean, Willy Wonka is definitely a tripper movie. You know what I mean? You can trip and watch that shit and get some really fucked up shit out of that. It's crazy. There's some really crazy shit going on there. But an unexpected one. I knew I was gonna get some acid, so I figured I would go ahead and get something to entertain myself. I worked at a video store, and I'd seen the Hobbit cartoon, and I'd seen the Lord of the Rings cartoon, and I'd even seen the last one, Return of the King, because Lord of the Rings cartoon has Lord of the Rings and Two Towers. They go through it way faster. So I've been wanting to see the one. There's one where they're singing a song about Frodo and how he's got 9 fingers when he should have 10. I wanted to hear the song again because it's been forever and I haven't seen it. So and I put whatever. I knew I was gonna be tripping, so I knew what they did on Lord of the Rings. They did that. Is it cell shading or whatever? They drew over the film. They did cartoon over it, so that the characters had like red glowing eyes and stuff, and it was just weird. And it did like a negative and darkened that up and shit, and it was fucking crazy. And like the horses were actually, they'd drawn each frame. We were drawn over, so you can see like all it looks pretty real for a cartoon, but you can still tell it's a cartoon. Very cool thing. Until you start tripping. Then it's fucking horrific. Just the violent purples and blacks and the glowing red eyes. And the fucking horses are just black and just running. And you can see like in their mouths and shit. And like that you shouldn't see the cartoon. The cartoon shouldn't have that much fucking detail. You just forget that, that's true of the film. Something you knew as a kid, That's really cool, it's true of the film, Because you can tell. Because you can see the actors behind it even. Tripping is just like, I don't like them ogres. I don't like them ogres. I don't like it. I don't like the Black Riders. I don't like it. I can't. It's going to have to get better in a few seconds. Or I gotta go. Okay, I gotta go. Because I'm not ruining my trip with this. I'll go sit in my room first. That's what I'll do. Oh man, I used to love sitting in my room because I'd have this I had this chair. I had like an angular closet, and so I set my stereo where the speakers were angled where they would hit it just perfectly after like hitting the walls and stuff. And so I'd just tuck into the closet like there, and then like just let the sound just bounce around and shit in there. It's just like it just come and hit right on me. It was like it's a dope place, man. It was a dope setup. I didn't have any fucking clothes to hang up, so I just put a chair in the closet to sit. Oh yeah, this is the life. This is not the life. Is it? Silly. Um. There's yeah, I mean, there's a ton of stuff that I've done a ton of videos up there. This is just one. I go for often like a long time. I do music. I do books. I do political rants. I do a lot of shit, man. Anyone that's interested in that shit. Like, yeah, it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. But I mean, if anyone's stuck in this long, then cool. Thank you. I don't know why. I don't know. I like doing these because it's just like I don't have anybody to talk to here, so I mean, I just kind of talk out loud. I'm like, well, fuck it. I'm gonna just go ahead and record this shit. And again, let me see what kind of shit. Maybe I am crazy. I'll watch it in a couple of years and see what the fuck happens. If I've changed any or if I still feel exactly the same way. Um, Now it's like if I even make it that long, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to me. Um, but shit, dude. Uh, I never intended for anybody to really watch them. I just started doing them, and I'm an audiophile, and I work in video, and so I wasn't happy with the results because I had I was broadcasting from the tablet. I'd seen I'd seen people's podcasts, and I didn't know how they were doing their podcasts in such clean quality. And then I'm like, I mean, I'm sure there's recording. I mean, some people probably record their podcasts. I get that because I've done recordings of stuff, and the audio and stuff is loud enough, but um, not live. Live, I always had like too quiet audio, and the video was always hang on more of a this kind of quality. And so yeah, I'd have to like either crank the light up. It's no webcam. So now it's just like a secondary camera, which is cool, you know. And then I can also change the lighting. So I got ooh, it's too much there. Bring it down a bit. But I like when I'm doing the DJ Funky stuff. Starting to get a little funky now. I'm trying to work on getting some things worked out, and then funk will be back. I had a shitty tablet mic. Well, it's not shitty tablet. It's just, been for an audio file. The mic is good, but for like if I were gonna do some recording, I definitely wouldn't use that. I mean, I do it for convenience. So I have to find my studio and shit like that. I'd grab my acoustic and I'll just strum and record what I'm doing, and then that way I have everything worked out. See, now it's all bright on my eyes. It's a good camera. So yeah, I keep working on stuff until I get it dialed in how I like it, and just for my own sake, I want to get the volume up. I want to get the everything as quality as I could, you know. And especially if anyone tunes in or anything like that. Don't mind if I have to like, what the fuck is he saying? And just hopefully be loud enough. I'm seeing it going to the yellow. It's not going to the red, which in normal recording you don't want it to hit the red at all. I mean, like not the top, especially, you know. And I get loud at times, and so when I do get loud, but I've tried to put a compressor on there so that way it will. But I still have to be in a certain proximity. If I get about here, to me it sounds about the same. But I can see the drop, and then as I get closer, I can see that it gets louder. It's like it fills up or something like that. You know, it gets more full. Kind of lost this. Like this has got no weight over here. It's very, very weight. So it's just different, you know. Distortion automatically compresses, so I guess that would be a bad one. So I guess yeah. Whereas, so I kind of compress. You hear it? You have to do kind of compress your throat, your vocal cords to get that kind of sound too. There's all kinds of weird shit learning, man. You can teach an old dog new tricks. You can teach an old dog. He's got to get the dust off his bone, but he's ready to bury that motherfucker in the backyard. Dog will hunt. Yeah, that's one thing. Like one of the reasons it's kind of hard to do the DJ Funky stuff because I've got a bunch of Blue Effect stuff, but I don't have all of it. And I'm running out of things a number of times I can play because I've been playing them, and they only give you a certain amount of times on Bandcamp. So I need to get like my hands on the see if Ian James can get me the albums or whatever, so I can go ahead and do that. Aside from that, I've got more than like 11 hours of my own music. I've got like, skirmish shit. I've got Dumb. I got Geardma. Then with Mike, got Troth stuff. And that's like some, I just dig that shit a lot. I dig it a whole lot. And the proto Troth stuff was, I consider them Troth songs. There's 3 that are on the album that actually got me signed. So, yeah. I can't thank Mike enough for that because, yeah, I'm gonna drop that in there. I love this fucking song, The Suffering. Fucking love. Yeah, let's do Blind in the Sky and then Suffering. So on Blind in the Sky, we both take turns on the on guitar solo. Like he kills it, man. So if you hear like a bunch like weird, the more weird shit, that's him. I tend to just cover up the fact that I can't do that by trying to play fast and weird. So it was just kind of just that's me, If it's kind of like just like trippy and still melodic, not just choking the fuck out of the neck. I do a lot of choking the fuck out of the neck. I've been trying to learn some of that, like some of the shit like he does. You know what I mean? Because it's just his solos are dope, dude. Light in the Sky.
Oh, now we use
was Troth. Comes to the Pity. Before that was The Suffering. And before that was Blight on the Sky. There's a total of 8 or 9 songs on Reverb Nation. You can get those free. They're free. It was like over 5 years ago, and we started writing some new shit. That stuff, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna charge or not, but we're definitely gonna be. We got 3 of 4 songs done. I gotta put some polish on 2 of them. One of them's pretty much ready to go. Like, I mean, ready to go. I could put it on right now and show you. It needs a slight bit of tweak. I want to make sure everything's right, so I'm probably going to go ahead and run it through Arc and probably strip it. I'll probably save the scene and then strip everything down and just try and do from Arc from the very beginning and just mix it right. And see, at least see what the 2 differences are, you know, export a copy and then of what I hear and then export a copy after I've done through Arc. The other 2 are done, but they just need to be mixed properly the way that the other one was. And then we gotta write one last one, and once we get that, we can release the EP, whatever a short play one is. Should be a SP, shouldn't it? Short play should be SP should be short play for a single or single play, and then LP long play for a full album. And then EP will be extended play for an extended play album. So yeah, we got 2 hours and 51 minutes. That was fast for me. I don't know. That seemed fast. You guys probably bored out of your mind. Anybody that was expecting to see like a comedy show, sorry about that. Not really what I did there. Let me see something real quick. Let's see something. If that's the same thing, I can just go ahead and get rid of those other ones. No, different. Okay, so cool. God, dude, I really want to play that. Is there any other trough I can play to just, satiate so I don't fucking spill the goddamn beans? I've made it this far. I can make it. I can make it further. It'd be great if I could get, like I said, one more song in. That would definitely. Oh, if I had I can. Blocked. If only. It's got a video and everything. This is the one that started it all, man. I was doing Cheap Gear Guy many years ago. Oh, I may forget, but that's the guy that didn't know as good of a visualizer. All videos. In Too Deep, that's got both. That's just mostly me though, so let's go ahead and do Blocked. Cause like he had a song that he needed vocals to, so he sent me this. I'm like, holy fuck, this is good. And then I was like, well, I've got a couple songs that need guitar. He sent it back. I'm like, fuck, that's good. Like The Suffering is like that's exactly the solo that I wanted on there. Exactly. I couldn't play it, but that's exactly what I wanted on there. It's fucking dope. And so, yeah. She's got the crunch, punch, munch, crunch, munch, punch, 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 punch. Don't you gonna get it down round pound? How you gonna get around town, Brown? So what we want to do is go ahead and go to the monitor, and we want to go ahead and start the video and turn off the microphone. So if you actually watch the chat room, you'd know that there's a new opinion poll. That's right. It's the last one for the night. We got 2:59, 59. It's exactly 3 hours right now. So our opinion poll is: are my eyes A, so deceiving? B, off believing? C, gone retrieving? J, so pet peeving? The poll's open. Go. Poll is closed. We have another four-way tie. So apparently we don't know if it's which one it is. I've got to be the arbiter of truth here. Let's see. Oh my eyes, gone retreat. No, off, but no. So pet peeving. Yeah, so pet peeving. That's what my eyes are, so pet peeving. Final answer. No phone a friend. I could probably call Mike and see what he says. No, I'm pet peeving. Final answer for the $1 million